Good afternoon from New Orleans, and welcome to another episode of Realizing You with Pineapple Grenade by Robin. I'm Robin, of course, and this is Alexis Williams, hailing from Gulfport, Mississippi, and she is the owner of Aloha Glamour.
Yes.
Good afternoon to you again.
Aloha.
Aloha.
How you doing, boo?
I'm good.
Like
How are
I said,
you?
New Orleans. How you doing, boo?
How you doing? So, today, guys, we are getting ready to talk to you about Aloha Glamour and Alexis Williams. She is so beautiful. And look at this head garb. Oh my gosh. So basically you can get the idea that everything Aloha Glamour has something to do with African heritage and Hawaiian heritage. So Alexis, you want to talk to us about your beautiful story in starting this business?
Yes. So the start of Aloha Glamour. Ooh, child. Like, where do I start?
What year did you start?
I actually started in 2017.
Okay.
So what happened was, y'all know we always say what happened was. So in 2015, I was stationed in Hawaii. I'm retired Air Force.
Okay.
You know, I was married, had my boy and my girl, and then I got pregnant. And I'm like 30, I want to say I was 32. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to start all the way over. Like my kids, they can make their own cereal. They can go, get me water, but now I'm just all the way over. And it was like once I acknowledged the fact that I was pregnant, everything changed. I was sitting at work. I got up to go use the restroom, and I just felt my stomach drop. I was 7 months pregnant, so my stomach just dropped. What's going on? Long story short, I ended up losing my daughter, Lauren Taylor, in Hawaii. So when I moved back to Mississippi 2 months later, because I wanted to be closer to family, because I was in Hawaii experiencing this horrible loss. I'm going through a divorce from my now ex-husband. I have 2 children who still need me. I have no family over there, so it was I feel like I didn't have time to grieve, or I wasn't allowed to grieve because my kids needed me, the Air Force needed me, and now I have to move my kids from Hawaii to Mississippi. Moved 2 houses down from my mom. My mom's a pastor. So everything is, honey, you need to pray about it.
Yes.
God won't put more on you than you can bear. You need to go lay down at the altar. And I'm like, I need therapy and prayer.
Yes.
Because prayer ain't doing enough for me right now.
You need counseling. You need grief counseling.
Yes. And I was going through this love-hate relationship with God because it's like, okay, God, I love you. You bless me, but why? Like, you start questioning God, like.
And the chaos is getting too heavy.
Yes.
Yes.
And I felt like I had no one to talk to. I couldn't go to my parents. I couldn't go to the Air Force. So I had to do something for my mental health. And I remember 2 weeks after I lost my daughter, my friend girl, she took me to the flea market and I put on a Hawaiian hula skirt. Those are used for the hula dances in Hawaii. But when I put it on, like, I instantaneously just felt alive again. I know that sounds like so cliche, but I was just going through the motions of life until I put this skirt on. And it was like, when Cinderella, when she go bibbidi bobbidi boo, and then you see the stars, and then she started changing. Like, that's exactly how I felt.
Transformation.
I said, come through transformation. And I brought some skirts back, and people would be like, oh my gosh, that's so different. Where'd you get that? Had you bought more, I would buy it. And I'm like, okay.
I'll buy it.
Yeah, so I went back to Hawaii for my daughter's first birthday. I try to go back every year. And that's when Aloha Glamour started. It started right on the beach. I had her funeral on the beach. And after we did her celebration, I went into the water. And it was it. like, Aloha Glamour it is.
So I appreciate you telling your story from a place of grief and from a place of triumph, because you have now expanded from 2017 to 2021. Can you talk with us about why there's such a big significance around Aloha Glamour and it being Afro-Waiian centric?
Yeah. So Afro-Waiian is a term that I coined and made up and trademarked. I felt like my daughter Lauren was my Afro-Waiian princess. She was born in Hawaii, but we black. And I traced my lineage on my mom's side, and we come from Guinea-Bissau and Senegal.
Wow.
So I felt it was important for my brand to represent my daughter, since she's the reason why I'm doing it. And I just wanted everybody to know my baby's name. Sometimes, or in the black community especially, we don't talk about traumas and stuff like that.
Yes.
That's not something that we talk about. And I can't tell you how alone I felt, because again, I couldn't go to nobody. And the brand was it. She was the rebirth. Because now when people buy Aloha Glamour, they know Lauren Taylor's name. And the boom happened again. I started for my mental health. So I was just, selling Hawaiian clothes and African gear, and it was a hobby because I was still full-time military. And then I started making money.
Yes.
And then it was like, girl, okay, this is a real business. We got to figure this out. So my biggest show was at Bronner Brothers when I met you.
Yes.
Like, I was so scared to do Bronner Brothers because there's all these big known brands, and then here I am, this little Afro-Waiian girl. It's a concept most people don't even, because it's made up, for one. But I have just been so blessed that everyone has been so accepting of Aloha Glamour and me and my extraness, and like, people know my baby name.
Yes. Well, today, guys, I cannot tell at all that Alexis at one point was grieving. Of course, sometimes you do internalize things and people don't know about it, but you're actually thriving in this business and you're living in color, and that's one reason why I selected you for Realizing You. And I just want to talk about you as far as a makings of a woman, because not only are you a business owner, but you're a mother and you're an inspired woman. You're an affluential woman. You're welcome. And you're an affluential black woman. So, in our society, as we're dealing with mental illness, what is it that you can say to any girl or any woman who might be dealing with the throes of depression?
I would definitely say, we like to suppress our feelings a lot, because as African American women, we have to show up. We're not allowed to be sad or even be frustrated, because then we're being the angry black woman. Like, we're not allowed to really show our emotions. So what I would say to someone who is experiencing depression, don't let nobody make you feel guilty for feeling the way that you feel.
Exactly.
Feel that. Go through the emotions as you feel them. Don't suppress them. Find you someone to talk to. No shade, but your mama, sister, cousin, they didn't go to school to help you get through your grief or to help you get through your problems.
And a lot of them got the same issues that you have today, and they never sought the attention that they need.
It's just unprocessed trauma that's being passed down from generation to generation. So definitely find you someone to talk to. I'm sure there are some agencies that may even offer free mental help, free mental evaluations.
What are some of the resources that you encountered, just trying to pick yourself back up, because you can't become a business owner, have mental illness against you, and be as successful? I'm sure that there are some therapeutic methods that you still carry with you today. Can you talk about it?
Listen. So So part of my story is the way the military treated me while I was going through my mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
They were very apathetic.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know what to do with me.
Mm-hmm.
And they medically retired me early.
Mm-hmm.
I got out at 17 years, 6 months. And I'm like, I could have did those last 2.5 years in my sleep to get my retirement. But they were not going. And I put my energy that I used to put in the military, I put that into my business. Because I had so many people against me. I woke up already feeling defeated. Like I did not want to get out of bed. Like I would literally have to roll out of bed. And when I got to the parking lot of my job, I had to sit there and pray. Like, Father God, like please don't let me go off on nobody. Because I had them, they didn't see the trauma.
Yes.
They just saw the aftermath.
Exactly.
So they were telling me, well, you need to stop using this as an excuse. Now, mind you, this ain't even 6 months after I lost my daughter. I had to
carry her nearly full term.
Yeah, she was full term.
Mm-hmm.
I had
so awful.
My commander. So I was going to therapy once a month because in the military, they always say we got good benefits, but do we really? Like I could only get seen once a month, and I'm actively grieving.
Yes.
So it got to the point where my therapist was like, okay, well, you need more intensive therapy. Like, we need to send you to an outpatient type facility where instead of me going to work, I go to therapy.
Right. And they send you out to like a ranch or something with people.
Yeah, it was with people. It was just like another building down the street where they have.
So it's not really a therapeutic thing. It's more of a psychiatric experience.
Yes, so it's like instead of me driving to work, I'm driving to the hospital for therapy every single day.
But that's the blockade, though, when it comes to mental health. It's not a therapeutic approach in our society. And then particularly with Black women, just from our experience, it's more so that we get touched on as if we have all the strength in the world. We feel no pain. We don't need anything but medication. And then generations pass, and there is a trickle down of mental illness from not handling it therapeutically, but only by way of medication, which causes all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean?
Processed grief.
Yes, and your physical ailments, though, what comes from continual use of prescription drugs?
So much. Like when you're going through stuff mentally, everything is magnified. Your pain is magnified. How tired you are, like it's all magnified. But when it came time for the therapist to send me, they have to get my commander's approval. So even though they're the medical professional saying she needs this, it's still up to the commander to release me to say, yes, I can go. So when I met the commander for the first time, he said, okay, why do they want to send you to therapy? So I tell him the whole story that I told y'all at the beginning. And the first thing out of his mouth after I said that, he was like, well, your baby was supposed to die.
No, he did.
Excuse me?
Screw me.
So that let me further know, like, what they already felt about my illness and me trying to get better. He ended up pulling me out of therapy against medical advice around my daughter's birthday. And he was like, oh, we'll just help her heal. How you gonna help me heal? That let me further know that I need to put my all into Aloha Glamour. Now, when I started Aloha Glamour, I also started this organization called the Mississippi Gulf Coast Black-Owned Business Network. Because here I was with this Afro-Waiian boutique, and I was like, where are my people? And then I'm already in Mississippi.
Yes. Where's our presence?
Listen.
Yes. And we need our own commerce.
We do.
I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This started, I started it alongside Aloha Glamour. A lot of people don't know this, but out of that, we now have 7,500 Black-owned business owners and consumers in the group.
Yes.
And each year, when I was military, I was funding the Mississippi Gulf Coast Black-Owned Business Awards Gala because I started doing that because I saw where all these white businesses were being acknowledged for the business that they doing, and I'm like, I never even heard of them.
Right.
But I knew that there were Black people in my community doing good business,
Yes.
good honest business. So that was my way to show them, like, hey, I see y'all, I love y'all. So we do an awards gala every single year. And right now, I'm having a 9,000 square foot co-working space it's a commercial space being renovated, and I'm going to turn it into a co-working space.
Yes.
Thank you. So with all of that,
We got to see this guy.
but with all of that going on, you know, I'm getting nominated for awards outside of the military, and they're looking at me like I'm this lazy NCO. But then they're like, well, how are you getting nominated for awards in the community? Why can't you do that for us? And I'm like, why would I do that for y'all? Y'all already showed me how y'all felt about me. And it got so bad to where my leadership was buying tickets to the award shows just to make sure that I said that I was nominated like I said I would.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you explain what NCO is?
NCO is non-commissioned officer.
Okay.
In charge.
Okay.
Well, it's NCOIC.
So what kind of ranking is that for you?
So an NCO is really just a job title.
Okay.
I could be an E5 and be an NCO.
Okay.
We're considered NCOs from staff sergeant up to a tech sergeant.
What was your actual ranking at the time?
I was an E6.
Okay. And what does that mean as far as your ranking?
The closer we are to the bull.
Okay. The reason why I asked though is because you talked about almost 20 years in service, and for somebody to send you to a facility down the street in lieu of you going to work is just not an experience that a person that is dealing with grief goes through. But there are so many people who lack service and get better treatment. And I just think that it really, really needs to be an awareness to what's happening to so many different people. And I'm not saying that men should be, I guess, set apart, or that women should be set apart, but women actually go through so much more trauma when it comes to bearing and delivering children, along with having to carry the household, work, and all these things, and we're not being taken care of. So that's the reason why I asked, and I think it's troubling to me right now, just thinking about you had 2.5 more years and you probably would be set for the rest of your life.
Listen.
And we just have to work so much more hard, you know?
We have to be just as great as a mediocre white man. We do. Even when I was in therapy, they were texting me, you ready to come back to work?
Oh,
we
yeah.
we need you back at work. To do what?
When I had an injury, my job did the same thing.
Like,
Out for 2 months. Like, do you know when you're coming back? You need to call Edna.
right. Don't call me. Dude, get off my phone.
So while you've expanded a network for business owners that is essentially a chamber of commerce, along with that, that's exciting news. I mean, that is like exponential work, guys. For 7,500 businesses to patronize your own idea is one track mind. She got this. So with regard to doing that and expanding Aloha Glamour, excuse me, do you feel that there is a point of release that you had of the military with regard to how you may feel about your service and how long you have been there? Does it really kind of cancel out?
So I feel like God was always saying, you know, I got you, I'm gonna take care of you. You just, you know, the Bible says faith without works is dead. I'm not sure, you know, y'all biblical or nothing, but faith without works is dead. So you gotta have the faith to still do the work, right? So I felt like I had been doing this work for 2 years while I was in the military, and as soon as I retired, as soon as I got out of my own way, out of my own mind, saying, please don't let me go, I can do 2 more years. Like, I'm begging them to keep me in the service. I done deployed to Iraq for y'all. I done deployed to Afghanistan for y'all. And here I am having to beg to stay for 2 more years.
Those are traumatic experiences, man.
It is. So I retired in November. I didn't get paid until January. So I had no source of income from November to January. My kids didn't have a Christmas. But yeah, I'm still serving the Black-owned business community. I don't charge them. So nobody really knows what I was going through. But like I said, as soon as I got out of my own way, February, I had styled my first celebrity client. Okay.
Who was that?
That was Tamika. What's her last name? She was on Southern Charm, New Orleans.
Okay.
You know her?
No. I don't watch Southern Charm.
I didn't know either.
But
Tamika
everybody.
Lee.
Look up Tamika Lee.
Tamika Lee.
Yes.
For a Mardi Gras float that she was on, and then the pandemic started in March.
Wow.
The United States were talking about, well, the world was talking about how we had a shortage of masks. And like we were saying earlier, you're a creative, so you be on it. And I was like, well, we got a shortage of masks, then I need to start making African print masks.
Yes. And with the extra pocket. Yes.
So I started making masks at the end of March. Mind you, I retired in November. At the end of March, I started making masks. Now, prior to me making masks, Aloha Glamour would be like $500 a month. Or if I had a show, that's where most of my income would come. But by April, I was well over $60,000 just for masks.
Yes.
And then May, what happened? I don't even know how this press release got out. A press release went out, and I woke up one morning, and my friend was like, "Congratulations!" I was like, "What are you talking about?" She said, "I checked my email, and I saw that Travel Noir had posted you about the African print mask." So once Travel Noir posted, Aloha Glamour took off.
Yes.
I was Forbes, CNN, GQ, Travel Noir, Blavity, you name it, Aloha Glamour was it. Now I can tell people, you can Google me.
Yes.
Google Aloha Glamour and see what come up. And by May, I had hit 6 figures. And then it goes back to that childhood trauma, right? Like, we've never had 6 figures.
No.
So of course I blew it.
But why hadn't we been doing this a long time ago is what I'm saying. And just the awakening itself is just so refreshing, and just to see you here live and in person, and you are one person. Yes,
One me. I just mean,
yes, I need that. Me too.
we gonna have to hire assistants. Something.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to give.
we need a team.
We do.
Let's talk about this relationship though, because I feel it growing, guys. So in 2018, you had already started your business, and I ended up here in New Orleans, and I met Alexis face to face at Bronner Brothers, and I talked crap, guys. I did, because I'm like, these earrings, I've seen them somewhere, but they were not these, guys. So she put them into my hand, and we talked about some things. But then I actually purchased this wonderful fanny pack here, guys. And as you can see, it's actually a belt that goes all the way through my skirt. And the reason why I love this is because it's so durable. And since that time, I have not bought anything in addition, but I plan on doing it. You guys, everything on the Aloha Glamour website is patterned for the most part. It's bright color, and it is so durable. You guys, I need this whole shirt when she leaves. She can.
That's why I got my other shirt in, so I can go ahead and get this one.
No!
My motto is live your life in color, and most of our clothing items are one size fits all.
Yes.
I felt that was really important because my size go up and down. Like, I can walk down the deer out and gain 20 pounds. So I need to be able to still look fabulous no matter how big or small I am. And so it was very important for me to have that type of clothing in the shop.
Yes, and Pineapple Grenades, the sweet glow up is all about living in color, and I'm so thankful. We do thrive in living in color, and what living in color is actually just coming into your own. You know, we need to be authentic with it. We need to be ourselves. If you're a little bit aggressive and you got a different kind of personality, be that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
step into who you are and wear as bright a color as you want, and wear New Orleans got to look like to take up these streets with all this color. But what you guys need to do is get online, because she has these amazing fans. I'm always at the beauty supply looking for a fan, but this one right here, you can fold up, put it in your pocket, put it in your purse, and it's so durable. Along with that, she's got some hats that are coming out, and they've got patterns similar to this on the underside, and they're straw at the top. You got head guard. You sell earrings.
Girl, I sell it all. Listen. Where is I feel like I'm a modern day, you know how they say Jamaicans have so many jobs?
Yes.
So these
watches.
Girl, yes.
Guys.
I asked my daughter, I said, what time is it on that watch? She said, I don't know. I said, well, we need to go back to the basics. All these smart watches is cute and all,
but we need the dial.
But our kids can't even tell time.
Mama, what time is it? Girl, you got to look.
And I feel like that is a shame. So yes.
So.
Oh, and these are handmade in Africa. So I know I talked about during the pandemic how it went viral.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, I was having a mask made in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to the point where the guy who was doing my work, he was like, hey sis, we need new machines. And I was like, okay, so I'll buy y'all 2 new sewing machines, because they had been going through. And then they were like, well, hey sis, we finally got our building. So they moved from outside to inside, and they had made this whole video talking about, thank you, Aloha Glamour, we love you. I was like, oh, okay, that's real cute and stuff. You know, Aloha Glamour and helping the people over there. And then he called and he said, well, hey sis, can we hire 2 people? I said, why are you calling me, asking me, like, can we hire 2 people, and if we need machines? And he was like, because I didn't have a business before Aloha Glamour. He was like, this Aloha Glamour over here in Ghana. I said, excuse me? He was like, yeah, and then he showed me the picture that he put up in the office of me. Like, you know how you walk in some of the Senate buildings and be the president?
Yes.
He done put my picture up. He done stole
I'm so glad about it. I keep asking for black representation.
Listen. So when you support Aloha Glamour, you're actually supporting 8 families in Ghana. So they hand make the fans. We get handmade Converse made. I have to show you the video where Fatal, he sits there and he hand stitches our shoes one by one. When we get our bags made, there's, I can't remember his name right now, but he hand jams each letter that to spell out Aloha Glamour on this gold little stripe. Like, they hand make everything. So when you support us, that's going back to Ghana, and I'm actually going next week to finally meet them in person. Woo, woo.
She is making a trip back to Ghana. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your children. How many children do you have?
3.
Okay. And how old are they?
My son will be 18 in June, and my daughter is turning 16 in June. And then Lauren, my baby, she'll be 6 in May.
Wow. So, with regard to your day-to-day, how do they help you with your line, and do they have aspirations to do more beyond Aloha Glamour, or would they like to be involved?
Honey, no. I done told, I say, listen, this is our business. They say they have no desire to be entrepreneurs.
Really?
And what's so ironic about that is my daughter will come home and be like, well, you know, they want you to come speak to the school about entrepreneurship. And Mama, why everybody know you? And I'm like, Layla, I say, I'm giving you the game for free. Like, you don't have
some people out here paying, baby.
Yeah, I say, I'm not charging you. Now, she done started 3 different businesses and ain't made me no money back. I said, I done invested in 3 of your businesses. You ain't doing nothing with them. She's like, they have no.
She's still trying to be a kid.
Right. Like, I have to literally threaten them. I'm going to take y'all phone if y'all don't come in here and help me pack these orders. So, I mean, they do.
I've been 16 before.
So they're being voluntold to do it.
Yes.
But I really wish they would be like, oh, you know, we're spreading the love. And no, they don't try to help.
So with the network of businesses, do you feel like there's a lot of people that ask you to come in and collaborate with them? How are your collaborations? Can you talk to us about it?
Sure. I mean, people ask me to speak all the time, and I just go speak. Like I don't charge. Even when they, hey, can I pick your brain? Hey, what you think about this idea? But as Aloha Glamour grows, like it's becoming a lot on me because I still want to be able to provide for my community. And I understand that we're all learning and we're all new to business, a lot of us. So my collaborations have been, I guess, great.
So at this time, are you accepting staff?
Yeah, I'm accepting staff.
Okay.
I don't know how we gonna pay them. No,
The people in Ghana got it, y'all. Y'all can't have it over here.
We're gonna have to figure it out because I got to take care of 8 houses over there.
You just got to believe in it. You just got to believe in the brand. We growing, baby.
Yes, we growing. Absolutely. I'm launching an accessories vending machine. So you'll be able to go buy hair wraps, girl, earring bundles. Girl, I bought this vending machine. I want to say last year, and it's still sitting in my garage because I've been so busy with life. Girl, yeah.
An accessory vending machine.
An accessories vending machine.
Cut it. Just cut it.
I want to put one in New Orleans Airport.
We done.
Get some hair wraps.
For everybody who's forgotten your accessory, it is available to you with dollars, quarters,
Exactly.
credit cards.
I think we only gonna accept cards though. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to go all over the world and accept all this cash. Like, yes, you know you about to hit that plane and you done packed your bonnet. Like,
You gotta accept Dogecoin now.
Okay.
Come on, get the digi out.
Come on with that coin. Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Glamour coin,
And we going global? Yes.
pineapple coins. We're gonna accept it all.
So, to any business, what would you tell them at this point in time?
They wanna do it.
They want to own a business.
Oh, if you wanna own a business, honey, just do it. You don't need to tell your friends, your mama, your sister to validate your dreams.
Yes.
Because listen, when I told them Aloha Glamour, you should have. They was like, Aloha, girl, you black from Mississippi. So now, when people see me in Mississippi, they be like, hey, Miss Aloha, Aloha, y'all.
Yes.
Like, be you. They will adjust, right? They will adapt. But you gonna have to believe in your brand. You can't just say, okay, I want this brand, but want nobody to support me and blah blah blah. Girl, sir, you had them blockers on and you be focused with your goals.
I think the most pivotal moment that I saw is that Alexis is out here sponsoring her brand, and there are ads floating all over social media.
Is it?
There are ads floating all over social media. And I said, this girl has been having her nose to the ground. I am so proud of you. You're welcome. And I have been following your brand since the day that I met you, and it was a sparkle in your eye when I met you. And I never knew that I'd reach back, but I knew that I needed to connect with you and follow your story. And we're in New Orleans, guys, again, where we met, and I am so grateful for the time that Alexis has spent coming down here from Gulfport. But not only that, she walks as if she has a light around her. You know, a lot of people get into business and they forget where they come from. They forget who was there for them while they were in the throes and the thickness of certain things. And you are truly exceptional.
You know what? Somebody else said that. They say it was a white guy. He had me on the podcast, and he said, you know, 2 months ago, I got Beyonce's ring, and I was on Beyonce's website. And then the following month, I had a customer send me a screenshot of being on Oprah's website. And
I'm crying, y'all.
don't cry, girl. We need them sales to come in to change.
Oh,
But he was like, you've done all of this stuff, and you just like here, like you normal. Cause I am normal.
Yes.
I'm from the hood.
And we are people.
We are.
Straight up and down. Don't nothing change about you when you start making no money.
At all. But I ain't get no taxes this past year. That changed, and I wasn't used to that. I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't. But other than that,
It balanced out.
girl. I said, wait a minute, I ain't getting nothing. But I ain't have to pay either. So, get you a good CPA.
What Alexis and Aloha Glamour is doing is just far beyond my imagination. Like years ago, like she was standing right there servicing us. And you know, when you have customers or whatever and vending lines or whatever, like I said, I was talking crap earlier, I was just joking. But when I walked up on her, I did have something funny to say because she could probably answer me and be frustrated, you know what I mean? And she just kept a smile on her face like she still does. And just imagine the amount of people that you come across when you're trying to work things out that people don't know about, you know what I mean? And as a woman, we need a presence.
Right. And we need to support each other.
Yes, and sometimes we can't get it in these offices, but you can be a business owner. You ain't got to be a CEO. CEOs get pushed in and out. You know what I mean? As a business owner, you have sustainability. You're self-sufficient. You have something that you can give to your family.
Mine don't want it.
Right, but you try to give them an inheritance.
Right.
To take with them. So as you pursue your life goals and your dreams, true belief in yourself is going to be the starter. But then being true to who you are is going to be the next thing that keeps you in the game.
Right.
And also just being kind and courteous of others and keeping their hand open. She talked about doing speaking events and whatever. It doesn't take you that much to breathe out what it is that people need to know. You know, so many people out here are trying to get monetary, earnings when keeping your hand open, the blessings will flow.
Right,
So,
you gotta be a blessing in order to get a blessing.
yes.
You definitely do. And another thing about them doors, like them doors ain't gonna open. You can stand, you cannot. You gonna have to create your own door.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've never wanted a seat at the table because I build my own table.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You build it and they will come.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, girl.
So today, guys, we want you to continue to subscribe to the Pineapple Grenade by Robin channel on YouTube. Also, we want you to follow us on Instagram at Pineapple Grenade by _Robin with a Y. Also on Facebook, you can find me at Pineapple Grenade by Robin. And then Alexis, can you tell us where we can find you on all your handles?
Yes, on Instagram and Facebook, I am at Aloha Glamour. There's another Aloha Glamour out there, but she ain't me. It's me. I think it's a picture of me at Aloha Glamour. You can shop www.alohaglamour.shop. And you can do YouTube.
All right. Well, we're about to get out into these New Orleans streets and
This is second line.
yes, we're gonna do some second line. We're gonna get something to eat, and we might just have some footage in this clip for you. Alexis, you have anything else for us today?
No, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
You're so
We always do hugs on the show.
yes, thank you for having me. I'm just, I'm appreciative.
I'm appreciative of you and also for meeting me at our original meeting spot, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Like full circle.
Yes, it's come full circle. So, you guys, continue to follow us on all handles. Be on the lookout for more realizing views. And then on top of that, make sure that you have turned on your notifications after subscribing. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Mahalo.
Aloha.
Aloha. And
Yes.
yes, girl, live your life in color, honey.